A history lesson from a major corporation. Western Winter Wonderland was once a run-down, abandoned, Western-themed amusement park by the name of Western World. Bought by a major corporation, it was time for a remodel and additional rides to be added. Now, every year to drive patrons into the park, a holiday overlay is added, renaming and retheming rides and the park itself for the season. We hope you enjoy Western Winter Wonderland. Hello, and welcome to That Casual Gaming Guy's Christmas special for 2020. In this episode, we'll be visiting my park, Western Winter Wonderland, which is the park I made for the Channel5 Gaming contest earlier this year. Now here we are in the entrance, and we're just going to walk through. Now you might notice that everything's kind of slowed down. I did that on purpose to help recording, make it a little bit smoother. And our mascot for the park is I think it's called King Festive Coaster or Festive King Coaster, which is just a holiday overlay. Now one of the things with this park is that it's a Western holiday or festive theme hybrid and stuff. So here we are in line for Santa's coal mine. And yes, we're going to be traveling through people. There's just no way around it. And I decided to do these mine carts with the coal, quote unquote. They're just black crystals. We've got a little outhouse building there, a tipped over cart here. And yeah, this is one of the best queues I think I've made. Everybody seems to love this ride, even though it is not the best coaster in the park. At least stat-wise. And stuff. So yeah, and the queue, it's pretty full and it winds around. It's not a short queue. And stuff. And I do apologize about jumping through. As you can see, I jumped to the side here for at least this part. But yeah, no, I'm also kind of trying to get used to the controls of the peep cam because I've never really used it that much. But here we are in line. We're going to go ahead and we're going to come on into Santa's coal mine and we're going to ride the ride. So here we go. Alrighty, so that was Santa's Coal Mine, a swinging minecart roller coaster. And we're just gonna head on out the exit here, and we'll take a right and walk to this side of the park. You know, of course, through things. And here we are with the Outlaw Chase, which is just a simple flat ride. It's a Monte Leon, and this is going to be the only flat ride within the park that we're going to go ahead and ride instead of me trying to describe it. One of the things that I get from it is kind of like, what was that ride called? Berserk or Berserker in Great America in Santa Clara in California. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So let's go ahead and let's take a ride and see how it goes. The only thing that's different from this ride in the Berserker or Berserk that I mentioned earlier is that it has a canopy that comes over the riders here in a little bit and stuff. So yeah, and I just wanted to kind of show off the building as we were riding. I made this dome, and then if you look at the underside of the roof, it just makes this beautiful, beautiful pattern and stuff. But here we are, of course, now enclosed within the canopy, and it's really kind of a weird ride. Now, one thing that I did not know, and I found out later while watching some other YouTubers and stuff, was you can change when it comes open, close, all that stuff within the settings. So yeah. And then what you're looking at right now is the Wild West Lasso, which is a nice spinny ride. And then we got the wagon wheel, which we're going to go ahead and we're going to go through the queue just so you can kind of see the stuff I did around this Ferris wheel with the wooden pieces and stuff, and made a wagon wheel out of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Everything within this contest was you only had a set amount of space, and all the flat rides had to be skinned. Now, one of the things is a lot of my rides, they're more integrated, like putting the buildings over it really isn't a skin, but the wagon wheel is considered more of a skin. So yeah. All right, well, let's head on up here. And yeah, we're gonna head this way first to the left and walk on upstairs. And we got a little info booth right there, just randomly placed. It's just one of the things that, you know, I figured we needed throughout the park was an info booth here and there so people can get information, or if they were near a ride and wanted to buy priority passes, which is like a fast pass, you know, type thing. And here we have our first restaurant, the Rusty Horseshoe, which is an homage to one of my favorite restaurants in Disneyland, the Golden Horseshoe, which of course we had to have the stage door connected to it. Then we have a little food court area and some sweets and Mexcelente restaurant and Tiki Chiki, which is like chicken kebabs, I believe. We'll head on over this way underneath the next coaster, which is Frost. And what we're gonna do here is get in line for this. Of course, if anybody's looking at this right now and recognizes the font, a couple points to you there. Yes, I used a certain font for this screen here. All the signs and everything, as far as the ride names and stuff like that, were done by me in Photoshop. I figure for this queue, it's just such a simple queue. We'll go ahead and we'll fast pass it. And let's go ahead and hop on Frost. Alrighty, and that was Frost, an inverted roller coaster there. It's one of my favorite types of roller coasters. I used to love riding, well, then it was called Top Gun, now it's called Flight Deck, I think, in Great America. So yeah, no, definitely one of my favorite types of roller coasters. And here we are, we're walking back down that path by the info booth, and we're gonna head back down the stairs here where we came up, and we'll hang a left and go the other way. We're gonna go through this little area here that I'm pretty proud of. I originally just had some vending machines, you know, laid out, but I was like, you know what? Let's cover them. Let's make this look nice. So that's exactly what we did. Okay. Janitors, that's how they clean out the trash cans, I guess. That's interesting. Anywho, moving right along, we're gonna come back down. We're over here by Santa's coal mine once again, and again we're just gonna walk through people because it's really crowded right here, because this is right where you come in and people just decide to go right for Santa's coal mine. But here we are coming around the corner here, and this is our only gift shop area right here, which has all three types of gift shops. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then we're coming into this little food court area, which is actually the main food court area. It's not really all that little, because it has churros and hot dogs, and then burritos and ribs, and our drinks, the gulpy shops over there, which is the soda shop and the smoothie shop. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed designing this park. I had goals, you know, set for me by the requirements of the contest, and it just made it easier, instead of, you know, like with Wonderland's park, building this big old park and not knowing what to do with the land and all that stuff. It was nice to have a small area. So here we are getting in line to Santa's Flight Training, a boomerang coaster. And one of the things that I liked that I did here was on the floodlights for the queue, I put wreaths around the floodlights to try and hide them. And of course we have our gingerbread family, which you see twice within the queue. Once more so in the fast pass, priority pass, there we go, line and stuff. So yeah, I tried to show it off best I could, but then I started to go through the tree, and so yeah. At night, it's really cool. I don't know why I didn't show it off, or maybe I show it off later in the end here, because I do some nighttime shots at the end of the video. But we're going to go ahead and get in line for this. We're going to cut, of course, because, you know, I'm me. I'm the owner of the park. I get to go first. But one of the things, too, is the contest required you to limit it to 500 guests. Well, for this video, I opened it up just a little bit more so people would actually ride the rides. So let's go ahead and let's take a ride on Santa's Flight Training. Here we go. Alrighty, and that was Santa's flight training. So now we're gonna go ahead and head out of the exit here. And there's one more thing to show off, and I'm sure you've seen it just by me walking by it and stuff, and that is our carousel, which is named Giddy Up Carousel. And one of the things that I didn't realize when I was naming it was that it was actually Giddy Yap, Y-A-P, instead of Giddy Up. So, yeah, that was, oh well, it still makes sense to me. Anyways, another building that turned out really cool underneath when looking up is this one. Any dome really that you build within this game, because you have to do it a certain way, is going to have a really interesting pattern on the underside. But yeah, so that's pretty much the queue and the carousel itself, sorry, you know, pretty normal. And that's pretty much the park. That's it, really. One of the things I don't know if you noticed on the Santa's flight training was the Christmas house in the middle. Now that area was bare at first. And then I added the building, and then I was like, I gotta do something fun with the chimney. So there's red and green smoke coming out of the chimney stacks. I thought it was very interesting. Well, anyways, I'm that casual gaming guy. I also go by Steven, and I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, you know, Happy Hanukkah, Joyous Kwanzaa, and all that good stuff. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope it is merry, and I hope you are safe and sane in these troubling times. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.